All four of his bases have gas mines. So he's going to be in really good shape here. He doesn't have much of an army, but Jangbi doesn't have enough of an army to really make a solid attack. So he can just keep, macroing up, and he doesn't really need an army right now. Kwanro, that is. And here it comes in. He's making another attack here with a rather paltry army of a dozen Dragoons and some backup Zealots. One Templar, nice storm on those Hydras. Kwanro not dodging, but his reinforcements are coming in. Maybe I thought he would have more defenses here. So Jangbi is going to be able to clean up that army pretty easily, but you can see on the minimap 2 lines of orange converging on that location. He needs to micro them better, though, because those storms are eating him up. Oh, man. Killer storms.
Yep.
And he's got 4 observers in the area, so there's no way that Kwanro can just snipe them to make his lurkers more effective or anything like that. But he's down to 1 Templar, maybe 1 more storm, and so I think Kwanro is going to be able to fight this off.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, that's what I said before, is that's what would make the difference is Jangbi's storms, and that is definitely the case here. But again, he has now whittled down his army. This army is going to get whittled down by Zerglings, and then I fear there's just going to be another reset. I mean, you can go and take out the army, but if you can't take out any bases, if you can't take out the mining units, then ultimately you're going to be ineffective. So I'm hoping if Jangbi wants to get back into this, that he is going to try to do something creative here. You know, maybe do a multi-attack, you know, and send over another storm drop in one of the left bases while you're attacking the right base, you know, with this army that he has right here. Because this is a decent, small little army, and he is bringing up some Templars now, so he does have storms, kind of, again, wasting them on the Zerglings, and it looks like, okay, the Zerglings weren't picking off the storms, but we are going to see an attack, a sandwich here, or at least a cutoff, and it looks like Jangbi just barely got out of there, because that would have been close. But again, Jangbi going around, he is killing overlords, and he is being annoying, and I guess he's going to try to switch now and go over and now attack the left base, and probably just whittle his own army down again. So Jangbi not really committing to either side here, and just trying to take out the units. It looks like he is going to retreat back and maybe try to build up before going in for another attack. I'd like to see another Dark Templar drop, because it seems like Kwanro tends to not know what to do with those.
Yeah, he could really, I mean, he has a little bit of map control right now, Jangbi that is. Even though he's behind, he's a little behind on upgrades, I think. Well, he's got +2 weapons, whereas he doesn't have any armor or anything like that. But yeah, Jangbi really should be doing more drops. There's spores at a couple of bases, but look, this base could easily be dropped on the, I guess, 10 o'clock base. His main is still pretty unprotected. There's a sunken there, but it's really not a big deal. So Jangbi really should be doing some drops and trying to hit that econ there. Although he's been steadily building himself up. You can see the supply count. Jangbi is now at 140 supply to Kwanro's 110. So again, you know, Protoss usually has a little bit of a lead in the supply count anyways. But that just shows that at least he does have a significant army built up. You know, he hasn't been he didn't I thought he was going to lose that last army, but like you said, he got out of it just in time. So, and here comes the DT
There we go,
drop.
baby. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go. There's a spore colony there, and then he sees it with some Zerglings, but the Zerglings are just going to get destroyed. And what is going on over here? Some Templar just chilling around.
Oh.
Nice storm going with Zealots as well. Storm on a couple lurkers at the same time. 1 observer gets sniped. 2 observers get sniped. He may be out of observers now, but he's also out of lurkers. Oh, there's the drop. There's the drop that we wanted Jangbi to do. Kwanro going for the drop instead, while his main base is being invaded.
This game could go anywhere, man.
This is crazy.
This is really crazy.
Kwanro devoting a lot of forces. He's going to trap this army in there, but Jangbi may have enough storms to deal with it.
Oh.
Some beautiful storms right on that choke point. Kwanro not microing at all with that attack, losing 5-6 lurkers without getting a shot off. Well, few shots off, and Jangbi microing very well, bringing his forces behind Kwanro's own hatcheries to get them out of range of the lurkers. This is ridiculous.
Well, bear in mind, I mean, right now, Jangbi is going to be able to continue making new units. I did not see what happened at the upper left base, but it looks like the attack of Dark Archons got stalled up there, so the multi-pronged attack does not seem to have worked. But again, I mean, those lurkers are now stopping mining there, which isn't as huge a deal. But Kwanro Kwanro at this point does have more mining bases. He looks like he has 6 at this point, or at least a six mining base going up. And again, Jangbi is just tearing up with his storms, man. Like, if you want to recommend a game to somebody to see how Jangbi plays with his storms, recommend this game, because Jangbi is just raping with storms. There is another one. And Kwanro, if you want an example of how not to play against somebody who plays with storms, of how I play when I play against my brother who's a Protoss and I'm a Zerg, then show this game, because he is just walking into Jangbi's storms left and right, and not dodge him. Granted, it's kind of hard to dodge with lurkers, but even with the other units, with the Zerglings, we're going to see another little attack go in here, unless Jangbi can get another storm off. Jangbi might be able to, not sure, oh, he was anticipating a move, that was close. A couple self-storms here to try to take out these Zerglings. Man, God, Jangbi is just storming the hell out of Kwanro, and Kwanro's having to rebuild that base there at his natural, and but again, he has the 9 o'clock base now, and it looks like he has like an 8 o'clock base going up down there. So Kwanro is able to macro up here despite all the attacks from Jangbi, because Jangbi just cannot attack enough bases at once. And that's why they haven't been showing that they left base very long. And that's a little surprise. All we have to see now is some swarm, and that actually could be a closer for Jangbi if Kwanro can actually micro properly.
Yeah.
And there we go. There are the Defilers.
Well, there's not a ton of Dragoons, and there's not a ton of Archons, so the Swarm, I mean, he's got the Defiler. The Swarm isn't going to make as much of a difference as those huge meat shields known as Ultralisks. He's going to get the drop off.
Oh.
Both top nice, all over the drone line. 6 kills total, not as many as I expected, but still a decent attack there. But those Ultras are going to be able to suck up all the storm and just not die and just keep going.
Yep,
just,
there they
no
go.
matter how much you storm them, they don't die.
It's perfect because Kwanro doesn't need a micro now.
But this is crazy, and really, I'm a little disappointed because, a nice drop going down here on the 6 o'clock base as well. Kwanro's definitely going to take an economic lead here by killing off that base, since they're probably mined out their mains, and yeah, he's going to take that base out. But what I was thinking is Kwanro probably would have won this game by now if he built 8 Mutalisks. And during the course of any of these attacks, had run in and killed the Templar off, because he never had a ton of Dragoons and Archons to protect against Mutas. So if he just gone in and sniped the Templar in any of those attacks that went against his natural expansion, then he would have had map control instead of just barely fighting things off.
Right. Well, that's what Shine did to beat Bisu, and that's one of the things, you know. And it might have actually been on this map. I can't remember if it was. Yeah, I think it was on this map as well. He did the same thing. Mutalisk sniping out sniping out all the High Templars. And we are going to see Defilers finally come into play here, and all we need right there is a nice little swarm right on the cannons, and this base is going to go down, and I think with this base going down here that we are probably going to see a GG from Jangbi. He is just too far behind at this point, and Kwanro has far too many bases. Kwanro is doubling the food count of Jangbi.
So I was expecting that Lurker to get another swarm off, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. He is going to save that base.
Yeah, for now at least. Here we go, the streams.
Huge ball of orange heading that direction. And the Defiler running around, trying to get away from that Zealot. The Zerglings are not on duty to protect that Defiler. They're going to go down. That is a really nice choke to defend, though.
That is.
So it is really going to be easy for him. Oh, if he can get a storm, nice! Oh!
20, almost 20 kills on that.
That Ultralisk could go swimming in that pool of blood. There's also a 23 kill Archon in the mix.
Down.
And there's GG coming from Jangbi, though, as his third base gets overrun, and he realizes that he doesn't have the economy to keep it up, and basically not really able to affect a lot of damage against Kwanro in a little while. Just kind of beating his head against the wall for a while. So Kwanro takes the first game. Again, this is a best of 3.
Yeah.
So, wow, epic first game, and wow, that was nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy, back and forth. A real weak start, I think, from both players. Just kind of going, here you go. Oh man, here's some more, and not really committing. But I think, again, what I said very early on was once the Kwanro macro mode kicked in, that would be it. And we didn't see him going to the to the top tier with the Ultralisk. But he didn't even need Mutalisks. But again, that would have saved us a hell of a lot of time had he actually had him. All right, well, we'll see if we can see some good Mutalist play from Kwanro in the next game coming up here. Game 2. We'll be right on it.